that it runs, and it's different to form a hedge fund compared to a registered fund, which
Mm.
ours is, which means our fund has a ticker. You
I
can look
see.
it up. That ticker is AAACX, so
Right.
AACX. But
Okay.
there's different laws and rules and regulations around a registered fund compared to a hedge fund or private equity.
I see. Why don't you give us the 3-minute elevator pitch for A3 Financial Investments? Give us pretend like
Yeah, high level.
yeah. Give me the pitch. Go for it.
Well, what was interesting is, when I was in private banking and private wealth management and several of my other partners, I had a lot of clients who were always looking for income. And how do I find income without taking the risk? Because there's a lot of income products that have leverage on them or leverage loan, just different kinds of risk parameters that
Okay.
investors might not be aware of and might not be comfortable with. So
Okay.
I was always thinking, like, how can I help my clients, especially as if they're entering the retirement phase of their lives, to find this income, these products that help that generate that income in their portfolio.
Okay.
So actually, when we got together, we spun out and we're thinking about what we're going to form as our fund. This was the question we wanted to answer: how to help investors and have income in their portfolio without taking undue risk. And so the strategy we created is an alternative credit strategy. So we have different, go ahead. Yeah, we have different parts of the market we play in, like reverse mortgages, CLO debt, CLO equity. There's some direct loans that we have, there's, asset-backed securities, things of that nature. And so we wanted to, when we were looking at strategies, a lot of the strategies that are like ours are packaged in a hedge fund. And we were like, we don't want to do that. So we chose an interval fund, which is a much more transparent vehicle. So you can buy it on the exchange. It strikes a price every day. So the net asset value, the NAV, you can track performance, and it's struck every day. So you could pull up our ticker on your phone in your stock app or on Bloomberg or Yahoo Finance, and boom, it's right there. But what it gives is investors that transparency, and you can see every day how it's moving. Now, it could be a bumpy ride just because, especially now this market's been crazy this summer with COVID and just kind of what's gone on, but you can look and see exactly what's happening within the portfolio, and kind of, there's that transparency you don't get with a hedge fund and private equity per se.
Who's your target? What do you call them? Client? Do you call them clients? I don't know if you
clients or prospects. Yeah. So we're looking, the family offices, the registered investment advisors, institutional investors, and, our product is non-accredited. You don't have to be an accredited investor.
You don't.
So you're able to go out and buy our fund if you're not meeting those accreditation requirements. Some funds you have to meet those parameters. But it's for those that are looking to generate income and yield in kind of a yield-starved universe. Everyone's out there hunting for yield. Interest rates are massively compressed and probably will be for the foreseeable future for the next several years. So, we're providing a safe product, hopefully to help investors answer the question of where we're looking for income.
Now, is this a fair question in layman's terms? When I hear you say family office and things like that, I'm in my head immediately thinks your clients are all millionaires. Is that the case, or are you taking?
No, not necessarily. We have family offices that are, and we have clients that have just been, successful, but also trying to build out their portfolio. So they don't have to be a multimillionaire to own the fund. No.
Okay. Very.
And that was one reason we wanted to be able to have retail investors access, because retail investors can't access those hedge fund and private equity products. That's there's that accredited investor threshold. So
if you're a 60-year-old couple and you have $500,000 in the bank and it's just sitting in a savings account, you might want to look up A3 Financial, and is that accurate?
Yeah. I mean, we're on different platforms like TD Ameritrade, SCI, and Pershing, and we're working with Fidelity and Schwab and getting on the big dog platforms. It just takes time, and there's more due diligence that goes into the different platforms. But in time, it'll be on all the platforms, and that's we're hoping to solve for that problem that people are experiencing, especially when you're getting to retirement, you have that fixed income in terms of you're not bringing in big income or a salary like you were when you were younger. We're helping to solve that problem for those that are, like half of my retirement is in our fund, for example.
It is. Okay. Now that's good to know.
I'm eating what I'm cooking and making.
I like that. I like that. That's good to know. Can you move money in and out daily, weekly? How does that work?
Sure. So for an interval fund, you can buy daily, and then it has a quarterly tender offer or repurchase, as it's known. So once a quarter, paperwork code goes out, and you can put into, for Q4 of this year, it'll be 15% of the net asset value you can redeem out if you wanted to.
I
So there's
see.
components, and the reason for that is it allows for us to get notice if we have to meet client repurchases, but what it allows for us to have products like some direct loans and things of that nature, that if you had a daily sell, kind of like a true mutual fund or an ETF, you know, it wouldn't be conducive because you'd be selling in and out of things too much as the portfolio manager to kind of meet those needs. So this allows for us to find those interesting niche opportunities and products and things we're purchasing for the portfolio, but giving us kind of a little bit longer of a look. So you can, you know, we're looking at quarter by quarter, so you don't have to sell and be a forced seller right away if people want to redeem out.
If you think today's tip or guest interview can help someone you know, please share this with them. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. If you're listening on YouTube, don't forget to hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you can be notified when we release a new episode. Our show features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. You can visit Riderflex.com to learn more about us and get information on the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day.